how I landed my first client for my digital marketing agency, or SMMA, other aka social media marketing agency. So for all you newbies out there, I see a lot of you guys saying, "How do I land my first client? Where do I go? What do I do?" Um, Look, guys, stop asking questions like this. All your answers are in the internet. They're all over YouTube, and I'm just making this video just to have this piece of content on my channel. But there's tons of videos out there that you guys can learn from. Um, so stop asking the wrong questions. Like, where do I land my first client? Just type that into Google or YouTube, and you'll find the answer. But this video is not about how you're gonna land your first client. This is how I landed my first client, and just sharing kind of like my experience and what I would do now, pretty much. So let's just hop right into it. So how did I land my first client for my digital marketing agency? And here is a screenshot that I had to dig up from a long time ago. I posted this picture post or whatever in a Facebook group about a year ago. Yeah. So we are now July 27th, 2019. I posted this May 4th, 2018. This was when I closed my very first deal. Closed the deal today. I'm 1 for 1, which is true. Beyond exciting and more determined than ever. May 4th, 2018 for $1,317. I was super psyched, guys. I was so excited. I was like, yo, this digital marketing thing is about to take off, man. And what was I going to say? I'm just so excited right now. $1,317. Oh, and then here's the thing, guys. I wasn't even in business yet. Like, I didn't even have my own LLC. This check was literally written to just like my name. I don't know why it didn't show the whole thing, but yeah, it was just written to my name. $1,317, and I was so hyped. And here's the thing I didn't include. The check is $1,317, but $500 of it was going towards ads. But nonetheless, I was just so hyped. I was so ecstatic about just I'm in business. Well, I'm not. I don't have my business, but I got my first client, my first paying client. I actually closed my very first deal. And if any one of you guys has started your own agency business and you guys closed your first deal, it means something. It means a lot. It doesn't even matter, right? So 1317 minus 500. So I made about $817 for that first month. Which I didn't even care about the money. I was just happy that I got my first paying client, and this is something that works, right? So let's go on to the next slide. Let me see what I got for you guys here. 1317. All right, so this is how I started off, guys. I started off cold calling and cold emailing. So like everyone else, a year ago, who just started their digital marketing agency, they're like, yo, I started cold calling. I'm making 50 calls a day. So I'm like, damn, these guys, they're the real deal. So, I was like, I'm going to cold call. And here's the thing, guys. I suck at cold calling, because I've never done it. And I hated cold calling. And I figured that out really, really, really quickly. So, I see people posting up, yeah, I would do 20 to 50 cold calls every single day. And I'm over here, I'll make 3. I was like, all right, tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm just going to just call. Who cares? I had my little script in front of me. And, I was super nervous, obviously, and stuttering and all that. And after 3 calls, I was like, all right, I'm done. Honestly, because that's how much I hated cold calling. It was just so mentally draining, feeling that I'm trying to sell myself. I felt so sleazy, I don't know, I'm just a telemarketer. And I just hated that feeling, just picking up the phone, calling someone random and trying to persuade them to purchase my services, my Facebook ads, So I hated it. And, I picked a niche. I picked a niche, and I thought something that would be easy to, run Facebook ads for. So I was like, oh, let's do pet grooming, right? Because everyone loves to look at cats and dogs, so that wouldn't be too hard if you offered like a free bath or something like that, So I was like, all right, pet grooming it is. And I was like, I looked up on Yelp like all my local pet grooming businesses, and then I would message them on Yelp. I would try to find the email. I would email them, and then I would call them. And then I came quickly to learn that I figured out most of my prospects didn't have $1,500 a month or money to pay me. So that is, another mistake I did. My local pet grooming business could, they're barely paying off their monthly billing, rentals and utilities or whatever, right? So now, they got this other newbie calling in with a script trying to sell them on a $1,500 a month service, and so that didn't work out too well. So I just lost confidence in cold calling, cold emailing. I wasn't getting any responses. I didn't know what I was doing, guys. Like, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was just doing it, honestly. I would just like find something on YouTube. Someone would give me like, a little email template. I would go and try it, do it, So, it was just trial and error, just doing it, getting it wrong, doing it again, getting it wrong, and just kept on going, guys. So I figured out, I was like, dude, I suck at selling through the phone. I suck at selling through the cold emails. No one's responding. No one's interested. I can't even get a meeting. So, I lost all confidence in my selling skills. So I stopped trying to sell, and I started offering free trials. I was like, dude, if people aren't gonna buy from me, and I don't even feel comfortable selling because I'm not even confident in my skills yet, because I've actually never done Facebook ads for an actual business or anything like that. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna offer a free trial, get case studies, get video testimonials, and then hopefully, number one, I produce good results, and then they retain me after the free trial. Number two, they refer me, and worst comes to worst, I get some type of case study, some type of experience under my belt, and like a video testimonial, referral, something, just get my foot in the door. So yeah, let's see what's on the next slide here. So picking a niche. So when I first started out, after I figured out that pet grooming couldn't afford my business, I was like, all right, I need to find a niche that, has a little bit more money. So I was like, all right, well, everyone and their moms are, going after chiropractors, right? Everyone who started their digital marketing agency went towards chiropractors. Like, oh, here's what I did for chiropractors for Facebook ads. Here are the results. Here's the exact targeting. Here's exactly what you say. It's like it was like a cookie cutter ad, and I just took that, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go apply it to the chiropractors. So I finally landed my first free trial through a cold call, and I even paid for his ads. Guys. I'm gonna say I was that desperate to get my first foot in the door, like my first client, and I was just willing to do whatever to just get something, like just get something rolling, get the ball rolling. So I was like, so I had cold called this dude, and I remember it was like my third or fifth call, and the first four they either didn't pick up. It was like the front office that was like, hey, we'll get back to you, or yeah, they just didn't pick up, or they weren't interested. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna make one more call. And it was crazy. It's a funny story because I go to this local 24-hour fitness gym, and I see this chiropractor booth set up, right? And I was like, they're obviously marketing at the gym, so they're doing some form of marketing, so maybe I could help them out with Facebook ads. So I took down, it didn't have like a phone number, but I took down the name of the business, and I called them up later on. And I just remember the fourth or fifth call, and I was just so like mentally drained. Like I promise you guys, I was just like, I was literally talking like with my, like I was calling with my head down, like this, like this. I was talking, like I was on the phone like this. And so he picked up the phone, and I forgot what I said, but I was like, hey, I'm like, I do Facebook ads, and I'm offering a free trial. Would you be interested? I said something along those lines. I forgot exactly what I said, but it was the actual chiropractor, the actual doctor that had picked up the phone, and he was actually happy to hear from me. He was like, oh, I've been looking for someone like you. You know, we're already doing some form of marketing, but we could definitely use your help. You know, we're trying to get into the whole social media, Facebook ad space. Let me set up. Let me have my person call you back to set up a meeting with you. So his front desk person called me back. We scheduled the meeting. I came, and then prior to the meeting, I was super excited, super nervous. It was my first, client meeting, and I brought my iPad with me. I brought this like exact iPad with me. I created a presentation through photos. So I made like a slides just like this, and I would screenshot it, put it onto my iPad, so I could just swipe through on the photos to show them what I'm talking about. Hey, this is what I do, Facebook ads, blah blah blah. And so I was ready. I was practicing my my presentation, my slides, in the photos section, the slides. So morning of, I'm super excited. I'm dressed super nice, like I'm going to an interview. It's literally like it was literally like I'm going to an interview trying to get my first job, guys. It's funny, and I wasn't even in business, so no resume, nothing like that. Just my iPad and my slides. Like I said, I don't know if I told you guys this, yeah, but I wasn't even in business yet. I didn't file my LLC, nothing like that. I show up. I don't even meet up with the doctor. I thought I was gonna actually meet with the decision maker. I didn't. I met with like one of his front desk girl. She was like in charge of the marketing, but she was kind of doing a little bit of everything. She didn't really care that I was there. She was just like, okay, yeah, kind of. She was like that. She was just basically meeting with me and then passing that message to the doctor. Anyways, like I said, I sucked at selling. I went through the presentation. I was like, hey, I'm offering a free trial, and I'll even pay for the ad so that you absolutely have nothing to lose. Like, you have nothing to lose. You don't have to do anything. Just give me access to your Facebook page, and then I'll run the ads. I'll pay for the ads. And so after, I believe we ran the ad for, I forgot, it was like a week or 2 weeks, and I brought him leads. I brought him like 10 leads, and he was like, wow, or after the 14 days, I set up another meeting, and this time I got to meet with the doctor, the owner, the chiropractor. He was like, yeah, man, we got 10 leads, and like 2 showed up or whatever, and I don't know what happened, but he was like, yeah, I like this. We're actually getting leads from this. This is working. So let's talk. Like, how much is your service? How much are you doing this for? I like what you're doing. You're hustling. Let's do it. So he signed me on. He paid me back for the ads. I think I spent like $120 on the ads, which is something I highly suggest you don't ever doing. Don't pay for the business for their ads, guys. You guys don't have to. I know that money is on a tight budget for most of you guys, but I like I said, I just wanted to get the ball rolling, and I was willing to do whatever it takes, right? So I paid the $120. But I got him as a client. He paid me back the $120, and then he paid me an extra $1,317, $500 for the ads, so $800 for me to manage his ads. And I felt like, all right, guys, I am successful. Got my first client, 1 for 1, guys. That was my first meeting, and I closed the deal. All right, guys, and then 1 month later, we experienced Facebook ad fatigue, which is something I did not know before running Facebook ads, because this is my first client. We ran into Facebook ad fatigue. I was running the same ad. I was running only one ad, one Facebook ad, one cookie cutter Facebook ad with a stock image of like one of those like fake pictures of like someone holding their back like this. You know what I mean? Like holding their back, that I found off of like stock images or something like that. So I just used that. It was terrible. It was like a voucher for like a free, not free, but like a $21 adjustment or whatever. Anyway, so didn't see results. Results were declining every single week. And so he was like, hey man, we're not really seeing results this month. I paid you, $1,300, so I'm expecting to make like 10xing my investment, at least some type of investment. He didn't see any returns, so he cut me out. So right there and then, I lost my very first client that I signed after being so happy. I fell back into sadness, guys. I lost my first client, and I was like, dang it, like this is a lot harder than I thought. I was super confused. And so, anyways, that is my story on how I landed my first client. And now, what I would do now to land my first client. So I know a lot of you guys, I highly suggest don't pay for people's ads. That's not a good idea. And I know that a lot of us, we don't have money to be putting out like that, right? So, don't do that. What would I do now? I would focus on volume, guys. Cold calling sucks, and if you're still cold calling, don't cold call unless you have like a team of people who are cold calling for you. But if you're just starting out, I think if you're comfortable with cold calling, if you think it's something that you don't mind doing, it is free, so you could do that. But I mean, really, to get I like to take shortcuts, or not shortcuts, but I like to figure out the ways to get from point A to point B fastest, guys. So focus on volume. How do we do that? We'll get to that. We need to figure out which niche you think you would give the best results to and actually has the money to afford your services. So at first, like I said, I did the pet grooming. I thought I would give best results to that. Obviously, they was missing the second factor. They didn't have money to afford my services. So I went after doctors, chiropractors, specifically. For you, whatever you guys choose to do, make sure that they can afford your services. Make sure you have a deep understanding of that niche. So whether it's a chiropractor, whether it is real estate, financial planners, whatever it is, guys, make sure you guys really understand your niche, so that way you're able to talk their language, and you guys can relate on that level, leading to you guys will have a better chance of being considered to get signed on. All right, so focus on volume. I would send out mass code emails to my prospects, and watch a video on how to craft the perfect message. I create a video on how to craft the perfect message to get responses from business owners, decision makers. So to send out cold emails, and do this with your own discretion, because your emails can and will be sent into the spam folder if you're just sending out generic messages. Make sure you watch my how to craft a perfect message, so that way you guys aren't screwing your emails over, your personal email or whatever. It's so important to watch that video. I'm telling you guys right now, watch the video. Don't send out generic messages, because you guys do have a chance of going into the spam folder. Your IP address can get blacklisted if you're sending out too many spams, and then you won't be able to send out cold emails anymore. What I suggest is to find their personal email and then craft a personal email, and all of this can be automated. I believe I show you how to do it in my how to craft the perfect message, as far as like the personalization and stuff like that. If not, I will make a video on that, but this is for just for general information to teach you guys. Send out mass code emails. We want to do everything in volume when we're first starting out our agency, because if we're just making 10 to 20 calls a day, and depending on how good you are on the phone, my rates wasn't that great. It wasn't good at all, actually. So it was like it was a lot of wasting time on my end, especially if you're starting out as a business owner or starting out your agency and you're just doing it by yourself. You're wasting a lot of time on, cold calling. If it's something that you're not good at, you're not getting any new leads or new clients, right? So focus on volume, guys. Send out mass code emails. And there's a way to do that. So don't just go out and start mass cold emailing. Do it the right way. And I'll create videos. I'll create future videos on how to do that exactly. Just subscribe to the channel. And then my next point is utilize LinkedIn for B2B, business to business. So you are a digital marketing agency business, and you are trying to connect with your prospect, who could be a chiropractor, a real estate agent, a financial planner, whatever your niche is. And the reason for this is because business owners and decision makers are all over that platform. Watch how I booked 15 appointments in 1 month, guys. I have a video on just that. Make sure you watch that video on how to book appointments, how to reach out to prospects. So watch how to book 15 appointments, and then watch how to craft the perfect message. Those two videos combined, that's how you're going to land your very first client. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you watch to the end, comment real one so I know you guys are following this journey with me. I really appreciate everyone who's watching my video, and I appreciate people even more for actually following my journey. I do put effort. I try to pass on as much knowledge as I can in my videos. And so yeah, that's how I would land my first client, guys. So if you are still wondering how to land your first client, stop wondering, start doing, guys, because the information is all over the internet. I'm not the only channel. This isn't the only video. So yeah, just search it up, take the how-to, and then just start implementing, guys. Implement. Like, that's what I did, and trust me, guys, when I started out, it was terrible. It was all terrible, but you're gonna learn from trial and error. I think that's like the best tip I could give you guys. Is you just go and do it, and you guys have it here. And yeah, I've watched these two videos, guys. Watch those two videos. It's really gonna help you guys land your very first client. So I do have a Facebook private group. It's basically where I update my Facebook and how I can actually personally answer you guys questions and stuff like that. I do answer everyone's questions in the comment section below too. But join the Facebook private group anyway. Everything's in the description below. Follow my Instagram, see what I'm up to, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Give it a thumbs up if this video somewhat helped you guys at all. Comment below real one if you follow to the end, and leave a question if I didn't cover something. My channel's not that big yet, so I do get back to everybody. All right, guys. Hopefully this video helps you guys, and peace.